Hey people, so once you get past the color matching of your composited subjects with the average blur filter and linear light blend mode, the clipping mask, and the color balance adjustment layer with the clipping mask, and once you get past duplicating parts of the background onto their own layers and putting those duplicated parts in front of your subjects so your subjects look incorporated into the environment or the background. The last part of this project is really dodge and burn. So these are the dodge and burn tools right over here. The dodge looks like this little popsicle. And so dodge is gonna lighten whatever you paint on it, right? And so the exposure kind of adjusts the intensity or the amount of these up here. And then of course you have like the size and hardness of your brush. Normally just keep the hardness all the way down for these. And you can also target midtones, shadows, highlights. And then same thing with the burn tool. So the burn tool is going to darken parts while the dodge tool is going to lighten parts. And this is great because you can really selectively control the lightness and darkness of specific areas in your image. The problem with it is if you do it right on an image layer, like I just did, it's destructive unless you hit Command Z and undo it. So you can't like go back on it. So that's why we make a new layer and kind of do this on its own layer. So these are like subtle changes, but after you do it for a little while and you like really build up the dark areas and then the light areas, it does make a really big like dramatic effect, and it can focus the viewer's eyes where you want it to. So like I did here, I pretty much darkened the outer edges to make like a vignette, and then lightened a little bit in the center to keep your eyes focused in the center. So let me try to show you how to do this. I'm going to do it on this one. So this is one of my composites so far. I got a subject in here. I did the color matching with the uh, linear light blend mode on the average blur filter, and then I did one with the color balance on my penguin right here, and then I also copied that rock to hide the bunny behind that rock and this rock for my penguin. So after you get your subjects composited and color matched, then the next part is dodge and burn. So this is how you dodge and burn so it's non-destructive. You put it on a layer. So you got to make a new layer. Right here's the new layer button, or up top, where's layer, new layer. I'm gonna put this all the way up here. I'm gonna name it burn and dodge, dodge and burn, burn and dodge. So yeah, once you have that new layer, we want to fill it with 50% gray. There we go. So to get a 50% gray, you gotta get the color picker out. So you click on your color picker down here, and then here it is right here. Or you just have to make sure that the black right here, the B is for black. You type in 50, hit enter, hit OK, and that's supposed to be exactly between white and black. With that 50% gray, you fill the whole layer, and you make a fill layer. So you got to get paint bucket tool, click it. So all right, there it is. That's my burn and dodge layer, and it's just all gray right now. What you have to do once it's all gray is change the blend mode. So the blend mode that works is overlay, and it's gonna not look like any different, but you can dodge and burn right on that 50% gray with the blend mode set to overlay. You can dodge and burn just like you would on any layer, but this time it's non-destructive because it's on its own layer. So let's do it. Go back to the burn and dodge tool right here. I'm going to start with the burn tool, and definitely going to take the hardness like all the way down so it's a nice soft brush. Remember, these aren't supposed to be like dramatic changes. Kind of like just painting in light or painting in shadow. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger too while I'm at it. All right, and I like to keep my exposure under 50%. Anywhere between 5 and 40%. I'm usually at just so we save a little bit of time. I'm going to do it maybe 40, um, and you basically just click and paint, and it's slowly going to darken if you're on burn what you're painting over. All right, so I'm on midtones right now. I might even see what happens if I switch to highlights. So it's targeting highlights and trying to darken highlights. Really try to get like a mix of all this. So you want to like maybe darken areas that might have a shadow, parts that might be further back. Okay, let's do the shadows. Now it goes dark real quick. It's turning everything kind of brownish. Right. So again, it's supposed to be like little subtle changes, but this will kind of cause you to focus more on my subjects if you're darkening the environment. So I'm gonna actually like take my exposure down even more so you can like control it a little bit better. Just like kind of keep it moving. All right, let me switch back to like midtones. There we go. And to me, that top just isn't going as dark as I want it to. Yeah, that's a little bit better. All right. So again, you want it to look natural, but you want to kind of increase the dramatic effect of lighting. Yeah, so that's burn. I'm gonna switch to dodge and try to lighten some areas, not all. You can even like zoom in. And again, I'm on a super soft brush. Keep my exposure around 30, 25 maybe. You can see it's just lightening it just a little bit. It's not supposed to be like super bright noticeable. You shouldn't see the strokes, but it brightened it up considerably. Now let's do my penguin. Brighten up his belly, get him to kind of pop out a little bit more. Switch to shadows. There we go. Like brighten up a rock. Give like some kind of variation. I might take this down. Just a little bit too much burning in here, so I can take that back a notch. Again, this gives you control over what's light, what's dark, makes it non-destructive. And this way you can really control what your viewer it looks like. So you'll do this for a little while and make these little changes and think that, oh, it's not really doing a whole lot. But as soon as you turn off and on that layer, you can really see the difference. It does make it like a lot more dramatic, and you can do little tricks like trying to get like a shadow underneath one of your subjects, or if like, this highlight on my bunny's ear is like too much, I might try to burn it, darken it a little bit. I gotta change the size of my brush. Oh, highlights. Yeah. So there it is. It's dodge and burn on its own layer. Again, the only thing we did to make it on its own layer was make a new layer, right? And then 50% gray, paint bucket it with that 50% gray. And then this is the trick, overlay is the blend mode that you got to use. And that's it. And then you can dodge and burn to your heart's content and make your composites, really control the light of your composites. That's it. Hope it helps.